They need to bring back H scenes in like visual novels, cause man, those shits went hard. What up, gang? This is KenZerk, KenZillion, Zika Million, the villain feeling trillion, and we are back on Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. We finna finish this bitch. We finna finish this shit. We know who the killer is. We just gotta prove it. October 20th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Nigga looks stupid as shit. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. No, please. Oh, this. Okay. The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. I wanna fuck! Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez, I am a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer of Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it while I'm not here. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. If she's guilty, I catch her with her pants down, so to speak. I want to see her with her pants down. Stop, nigga! I entered the trailer a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp and ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you. The van. Huh? There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, what with the monkey head toppling over. I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination? This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. Finna cross-examine this bitch. Entered the trailer a little before. No press! Hold it! By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. Hold it! Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. Fuck you, nigga! The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please, stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. She don't take sides. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering. No. The meeting ended at 4 and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think. Come on, all you did was state the fucking obvious! Hold on! You had Sal take you. What does that mean? It means what I just said. I had Sal take me to Studio 2, a van. Alright. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. Shit. It was a 15-minute break. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal. No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. She committed murder during that break. She wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proves she didn't eat that steak. Kinda wish she'd said a little more. It's hard, I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said somewhere. Prove she didn't eat shit. I don't know. Let me hold this one more time. She committed murder during that break. She wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proves she didn't eat that steak. Evidence that proves she didn't eat the steak. Maybe all the steaks had whatchamacallit in them. Is that it? Oh, I was right! Okay, so I was saying, as I thought. I was saying, maybe all the steaks had the sleeping powder in it. So if she did actually eat the steaks, she would have fell asleep. Because all of the steaks had the sleeping powder in it. All of them did. Not just powers. As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. There's plate on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large T-bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. I never even noticed that. I'm not gonna lie, I did not notice that shit. The plates were bare! Miss Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? You be eating bone? You want bone, bitch? I can bone you, bitch! You didn't eat the steak! You didn't eat any steak during that break, bitch! You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator! I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Picking on Salmonella, meeting the Steel Samurai. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai! Damn! Order! Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it. Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Who the fuck does she think she is? Good luck, Nick. I'm smarter than you, pussy. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, a samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How can I possibly use a heavy spear as a weapon? You couldn't, could you? I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking she pierced that nigga. And plus, it got duct tape on it. She could have just broke that shit off and stabbed him with it. You know what? I think you could. Maybe it's not impossible, but silence. I'm speaking. The victim was stabbed through the chest from the front, yes? I believe this would indicate that the victim was aware of the killer's presence. Now the steel samurai costume is quite light and mobile. Compared to the victim, I am weaker and slower. I couldn't possibly win such a fight. Not to mention, there is proof that I did not have the spear. The photograph of the steel samurai, oh, I forgot all about that shit. Or do you suggest that I could have wrestled it away from him? Yeah, take that, Wright. If you still think she did it, show us proof. Hey Nick, look at the data we have on that steel samurai spear in the court record. Isn't there something there that gets to you? Something odd about the samurai spear. Wait! Something the matter, Mr. Wright. Sorry, Your Honor. I'd like to take back my previous claim. Very well, I won't hold you to your claim. But I'm afraid I'll have to penalize you. You're taking back your claim? Let's backtrack for a moment. I want to consider whether the witness could have used the samurai spear or not. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. Yeah, if it was gonna let me try again, I was gonna say that. Cause I was thinking either she broke the spear off where the duct tape was and stabbed him with the small part of the blade, or she used the fence to cut the nigga. What? What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Hold on, this shit finna go wicked. Take that! Wrong, Mr. Wright. But I haven't said anything yet. I know you well enough by now to know when you're going to present the wrong evidence. I can sense it too with my fey blood. No? Oh, is it this? I guess this works as proof too. I was thinking that if we showed them the photo, it would trigger a new discussion, but it would also show what else could have been used to stab him. That's what I was thinking. But this also works as evidence, so I'm not mad. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast, bitch. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run through, but someone fixed the spear. It was a security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who was wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Oh yeah? Order, order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence. I'm the one testifying here and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, I can tell you. I would make a claim like... Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon. This is when we show this, right? Look at this photo. Yeah! What is this? Why, that's Jackhammer standing atop the stairs. Order, order! If I cannot have order in this trial, will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is the photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was close kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, I implore you shut the fuck up so I can explain. You still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? Oh shit. What are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened again! Mr. Wright, continue! It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Dee Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had done himself 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say, for the sake of argument, that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found in Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting of the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside the costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright? How could she have done with the body? She had another way. What if she had another way to carry the body other than with her own hands? For instance? Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. Oh, fuck, nigga! You forgot you had a vehicle? Take that! Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1. And you used the studio van to do it! Damn! Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then before everyone else got there, you put the body into the evil magistrate costume! Hold on, Wright. Don't forget it was Sal Manella who drove the van. Are you suggesting Manella was a conspirator? Of course he was! Of course Sal Manella have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win. So what happens next? Don't me? Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost, something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean Dee Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer. Who can say? This bitch. Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? You motherfucker! What? Order, order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly. It does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do? Maybe if we can get her to testify again, we'll be able to find something else we can pick apart as proof. Testify again, Vasquez! I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? No one to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn. Damn! To come so far only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see, very well. Your Honor, I request the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Ms. Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed, verily I say, ergo, I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth? Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that, Edgeworth, I guess he's not a piece of shit. After finding the body, I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police and Powers showed up. Security lady Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying, "He did it!" I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. I see, no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're close, real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the keys you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive in the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies in the costumes, mind you. Press harder. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help. Oh, what did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies in the costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. Boy. The witness will continue her testimony. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember? Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us, and you expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Wait a second! Wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body, and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps, but no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing. Or Powers. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm so late. Then silence, dead silence. Silence. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. Old bat, a security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said it was because she saw him going towards the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seemed to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything I can use there. You asked to be left out. Yes, it seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm not really fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting. There was no way we could have been involved, thus they covered for us. Covered for you, or covered it up for you. There must have been a lot riding on them with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. The script and your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. I wouldn't do that. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? But you shouldn't have known about the murder until you got to Studio 1. No, that's a contradiction. I'm about to say that's a fucking contradiction. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio 1. Order! Mr. Edgeworth! What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the persecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Ms. Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal, he told me. Sal, the director, huh? You have to find something to peg this on her here, or everything we've done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. I'm thinking if the meeting started at 12, then Sal would have had to be at the meeting, right? He wouldn't have been at the rehearsal. So what I'm trying to figure out is when was the rehearsal again? I don't remember when the rehearsal was. The photo? Hold on. The photo was the evidence for her knowing he was injured. I don't really understand that though, so I'm about to see what he says here. I just picked it because it looked like it would fit. I don't know the reasoning, so I'm finna find out. You knew Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. Oh, she said Hammer was injured! I didn't even peep that! That was so slick, I didn't even peep that! Oh shit! I gotta lock the fuck in. If I just noticed that she said Hammer instead of Powers, I would have caught that immediately, but I just didn't peep. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammers who were injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right, he must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez, you saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your very eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. And when he was doing this, well, it would have had to have been after he put the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2 where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Order, order, I will have order. Witness, can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, bitch. Very well. I have a question for you. Fuck. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death, nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have a say on this matter? I do. This is what I think happened. Because she was blackmailing Mr. Hammer got sick of this shit, and he decided that he was going to frame Will Powers and go and frame Will Powers in the suit, and then go and kill, Vasquez himself. But when he attacked her, she pushed him off the fucking, she pushed him off the shit and he died. In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Of course I can prove it. Okay, I have proof and I'll show it to you. I present to the court the evidence of Ms. Vasquez's motive in this murder. Is this right? This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Ms. Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Huh. bringing us to the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, this was the constant source of shame for the X-Star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We're talking about motives, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It's almost as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have no good reason to kill Mr. Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. If I was to show evidence, then it would have to be the scrapbook, right? It would have to be the scrapbook or the camera. Because remember what Cody said, right? Remember what Cody said. That they have fought. Right? Or I could say she had no motive. Because technically, I want to, because I personally think it was self-defense that she killed him. But I'm gonna save here. And I'm gonna say she had no motive. She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? What? Your Honor, Jackhammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jackhammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the steel samurai costume. Jackhammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jackhammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. So you did do it, didn't you? Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere, we're too late! Miss Vasquez! What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No, how could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No, Manuel! Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez, no! Please, don't die, please! Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose, again. Mr. Edgeworth, where's D. Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever. I see, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. It appears you've brought about yet another miracle. I thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well, this court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. That is all. The court is adjourned. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think he even tried to frame me for the murder. It makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Tell me! Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Show evidence. Why the fuck would I know? Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because... It's because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai. Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kids show, and as the villain to boot. The kids loved Steel Samurai, and so he hated you. I think I understand. You could have just told me. I would have changed places with him any time. Think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. Congratulations, WP. Oh, Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume, man. Is something wrong? No, of course not. Nick! Edgeworth! This nigga look funny. Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth! You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you, I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar! Right. I must say I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I'm saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix, Wright? Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Mr. Wright, was that guy your friend? What? Friends? As if. They're rivals, right, Nick? For now we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me, what's the deal with you and Edgeworth? We be fucking. And so the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They were back to making kids shows again. Nick! This is it! The new show starts today, you're gonna watch it with me, right? I'll admit I was kinda surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy the trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Coding and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. Shit. That's the end of the episode, guys. If y'all enjoyed, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and read them all. Tap into the next one. That case was fucking gas. Oh my goodness. I really like that case. I like that one a lot. Oh my goodness. It's a shame D. Vasquez was the culprit, man. It's a shame. If she was innocent, we could have had something, man. You know? Stop, nigga. Just talking dumb shit. But I hope y'all enjoyed, man. I'm fucking with this game. Hopefully I can get this shit done so I can, you know, I got a lot on my fucking plate right now with all the, I bit off more than I can chew. So, you know, I'm trying to chew this shit one at a time. But peace out. I love y'all. Tap into the next one. Hope y'all enjoy.